Okay, so here we have a question asking for a number to be written as a product of its prime factors. So first of all, product means numbers multiplied together. So your end result has to be numbers multiplied together. And prime factors, that means the prime numbers that go into it. So factors are numbers that go into something exactly. Prime what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are numbers that have exactly two factors. One and the number itself go into the number. 2 is the first prime number. 2 is also the only even prime number because 4, 6, 8, they would have 4 going into it and 2 and 1. So they'd have more than 2 factors. So here's a list of the first few prime numbers. It is worth learning these. And then after that, it's a case of knowing the times tables and thinking, well, is that number in a times table? It's not always the standard times table. 51 is not prime, for example. So here we go. First step is to look at the number you're given, 550. First thing is to find an obvious factor pair. So here the obvious one is to choose 55 times 10. You can choose other factor pairs here, but this is a nice one to start with as it ends with a 0. So neither of these numbers, 55 and 10, are prime. So neither of them are prime, so you carry on down your prime factor tree. So we split each number up. We've got 55, we're now split into a new factor pair, 11 times 5, and 10 will split into 2 times 5. These are all prime numbers, okay? They've only got 2 factors. They're in no one else's times table, apart from the 11 times table and the 1 times table, the 5 times table and the 1 times table, the 2 times table and the 1 times table. So we circle and stop. Okay, get used to the idea of circling and stopping, because then you're going to use any number that's been circled in your final answer. So next step is to line up all of the primes that you've circled and put multiplication signs because it's a product. So this is 11 times 5 times 2 times 5. It can be tidied up and preferably written in the correct numerical order. So the final answer is going to be 2 times 5 squared, because you've got 5 times 5, times 11. Do not now be tempted to write 5 squared as 25. That wouldn't be prime. 5 is a prime number, and you can have a power of 2 of that prime number, but you can't put 25. So there's your final answer. So it's a factor tree, and remembering that a prime number is only in the times table of the number itself and 1, exactly 2 factors.